Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to a mini episode of The Shaman's Path. I'm your guide, Nicole Barrios. I'm going to be tentatively calling these short episodes Shamanic Musings or Ask a Shaman. I haven't decided. If you guys have a preference, let me know. So these are just going to be mini episodes, basically where I cover a specific topic or just like answer a question. And I have a course that I'm going to be releasing hopefully around the summer solstice, which is like June 20th, 21st, 2024. And it's all about power animals. It's called Power Animal Magic, and it is to help people find and connect with a power animal or a spirit animal. You can use those terms interchangeably. And for this episode, this short Q&A episode, the question that I'm going to be answering is, how can I find a power animal? There's a couple different ways that you can go about finding a power animal. And this is something that I will cover in detail in my course. So, traditionally, well, I guess, yeah, I don't know if it's traditional or not, but this is what I do in my private practice because I'm a practitioner and I work on people in real life. And when people come into my office, I do a power animal retrieval for them. They come to me because I do the shamanic work. So I do the traveling between the worlds, I find the power animal for them, and I return it to them or retrieve it for them. So that's one way to go about finding a power animal. You can find a shaman or a shamanic practitioner who knows what they're doing, and they can find one for you. So that's one way to go about it. Another way to find a power animal is through dreams. I have had two. I have 7 power animals. This is not typical. I'm a shaman. I need a lot of power animals because of the work that I do. Most people will only have 1, sometimes 2 power animals. Most people do not have 7. So just a caveat there, or a side note. But power animals can come to you in dreams. I've had 2 of my power animals come to me in dreams. How do you know if it's a power animal if it comes to you in a dream? Part of me feels like you just know. Like, you can have animals, show up in your dreams. It happens all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are a power animal for you. It just means that sometimes, your brain is just working through something and they just used an animal as a symbol for something in a dream. That happens. And sometimes they are like a type of power animal that's coming through specifically in your dream just to teach you a message or show you something for that dream. And sometimes it's a power animal that wants to work with you specifically for an indefinite amount of time. So how do you determine the difference? I feel like you kind of know. You have to tap into your intuition for this, but you kind of just know. Another way to determine whether or not a dream animal is a power animal that's meant to work with you on a more deep level is to just ask it. You can, if you're in the dream and if you're aware, this is kind of getting into lucid dream territory, but if you're aware enough to ask an animal if it's your power animal and it says yes, then that is your answer. You can also, when you're not dreaming, like if you wake up and you remember your dream, you can do some journaling about it, where you kind of get into a meditative state and try to connect with the energy of that animal. This is something that I'm teaching in my course, by the way, so you'll get instructions on how to actually do this. But just for our purposes for this episode, you can do some journaling where you write about the animal, what happened in the dream, and then just ask, was this my power animal? And kind of do like automatic writing where you just let the words flow through from channel it from spirit through your body into your hand and pen on paper. And you can get an answer that way. You could also, if you're a meditator, you can meditate where you get into a meditative state and then conjure up the image of the animal that came through for you and just ask it, are you my power animal? You're supposed to ask it 3 times, actually. And if you get the affirmative every time, then that is your power animal. So there's another way that you can find a power animal is through dream work. Another way you can find a power animal is if you see a particular animal showing up in your ordinary reality consistently. So if it's like a local animal that's like local to where you live, you might just start seeing it everywhere when nobody else is seeing it, by the way. For example, like if there's hawks where you live, if you're suddenly, and it's not just like hawk mating season, or I don't know, there's a time of year when hawks are more prevalent, but if you're seeing a hawk everywhere, like in, a real one in real life, or, you open up your phone and you just like see a video of a hawk, or you have a dream about a hawk, like it keeps showing up in your reality in many different ways, then it is probably your power animal. And you can, like with the dream thing, you can meditate about it or journal about it and just ask, like, are you my spirit animal or my power animal? And you can also try to get some clarity on like what this animal is trying to tell you, like how it wants to work with you, why it's been trying to get your attention. Again, this is also something that I will cover in my course. If you're unsure how to do this, definitely think about getting the course. Let me see. So a shaman can do it for you. It can come to you in dreams. It can come to you just all over the place in ordinary reality. And the last way, at least the last way that I'm aware of, is you can go find it yourself. And this is exactly what I will be guiding you through in my Power Animal Magic course, is you can travel to the lower world of non-ordinary reality. This is where power animals in their spirit form live, and you can find one yourself. I've done, so in the course that I'm teaching, there will be a guided journey. A shamanic journey is like where a shaman guides you through the layers of reality into the world of spirit to help you achieve a purpose. So I will be guiding you through a journey where you can meet your power animal. You get to find them on your own, which is really cool. This is how I found my first power animal, at least the first one that I was aware of, because my real first power animal actually came to me in a dream when I was a child, and they have been with me in dreams ever since. But I didn't know that that was my power animal until much later into my shamanic training. So the first power animal that I was aware of, I went and I found. Like, I went to the lower world and I found it myself. And so that's the fourth and final way that I know of that you can find your power animal. And that's the way that I will be teaching in my course. So like no way is superior to the other. Like it doesn't matter how the power animal shows up for you. What matters is that it shows up for you, and that you learn how to work with and connect with it. Although there is something to be said for going and finding one on your own, because it means you were intentionally seeking it. Like, you wanted the healing. And in the other instances, although when a shaman does the retrieval for you, you're still open to it, like you still sought out the shaman, so you were still seeking it. In the other instances, like in dreams, and if they're just the animals showing up all around you, that's more like you need the healing and aren't getting the message, So there's just different ways of going about it. None of them are better than the other. You'll still get the benefit from the animal. So there you have it. Those are 4 different ways that you can find your power animal. I hope that was helpful. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to the show, and be sure to leave a review, especially if you're listening on iTunes. It helps other people find the show. And if you're interested in learning more about power animals, keep listening. I'm going to drop a couple more episodes where I answer questions like this. And definitely follow me on Instagram. I'll have a link in the show notes so you can stay up to date with when I release the course. And eventually I will have an email list that you can get on, but I'm not there yet. So thank you for listening, and I will catch you guys on the next episode of The Shaman's Path.